Iggy, I gotta ask you one question. Are you an X's and O's guy? You expect Canada to have a dominant win against Slovakia no matter what? Or is it win a win because you get one of these? Good answer. Victory, puppies. Oh, you dropped it. But you ate it anyway. I think there's a lesson to be learned there. And now you're licking the... Okay, that's enough. So you got any fingernails left after that one or what? Team Canada wins! Win's a win depending on who you ask. 3-1 over Team Slovakia at the World Junior Hockey Championships. I don't know how to play this one, I'm not gonna lie. Bit of a difference from a 16-2 win over Team Germany just the night before. But Canada got to experience not so easy playing without a full roster, is it? Because it was announced before this game, to really no surprise, Braden Schneider suspended for this game for his hit in... You know, doesn't it seem so much more ridiculous to get suspended for a hit you had in a 16-2 win? We'll get to that later though, there's a good learning lesson there. Plus, second half of a back-to-back, alright, we'll see how Canada does. But it's Team Slovakia, Canada should win. Right? To me, the beginning of this game, the first few minutes, were just a different version of the one against Germany. It's still really loose, it's still run and gun, Canada still looks like the better team, but they look vulnerable. As far as I can tell, through 2 games so far, even though Canada's only given up 3 goals, their defense appears to be their offense, or the threat of it. Teams are terrified of Team Canada's attack, but once they get a little bit of pressure in Canada's zone, it's a problem. I shoot videos about another team that wears a leaf on their chest in this very room. I'm just usually facing a different wall and saying very similar things. But the biggest difference in this game, Hlavai in net for the Slovaks. He was so much better than anything the Germans had to offer in game 1. And despite the fact that he was so much better, still, less than 5 minutes in, he gets a little too carried away cutting off the angle. He can't find his net anywhere behind him, and Jordan Spence takes advantage. He hops on the rebound, snipes it, and it's 1-0 Canada. Big selling from Jordan Spence. And it's awesome, and I love the World Juniors exactly for this reason, because, listen, I like to think I know a lot about hockey and hockey players. I didn't really know Jordan Spence's story. Born in Australia, moves to Canada to play hockey from Japan at the age of 14, and now he's in the QMJHL on the Moncton Wildcats and playing for Team Canada at the World Junior Hockey Championship. I highly recommend you check out his page on EliteProspects.com. Does that website know how thorough it is? Because it's got his stats from the QMJHL, that makes perfect sense. From the under-18s, that makes perfect sense. From the MJAHL, okay, I haven't heard of that. Stats from the PEIB AAA, and from the 2016-17 season, his stats from the NBPEIMMHL. That's unnecessary! The team he played on was the Charlottetown Pride Midget AAA, and their leading scorer was Conor McGregor? Alright, just because you were okay at MMA doesn't mean you can do everything, dude. Oh, I'm gonna be a boxer. I'm gonna play hockey in the Alphabet Soup League. Like, what the? Anyway, EliteProspects.com, man. It's wild. There are probably people watching this video right now, it might even be you, that have a page on that website and you don't know about it. Alright, let me just... I'm not on it. Well, you don't cover non-contact charity tournaments? This is a joke. Anyway, where were we? Ah, yes, Canada up 1-0. A little bit later on in the game, yes, Canada did struggle a bit defensively, but this was scary from Bowen Byram. Massive hit at the blue line. And I loved this little tidbit from Ray Ferraro. I think it was from earlier in the game, talking about the Braden Schneider hit, because Braden Schneider afterward knew exactly what he did wrong. Because he came in with his stick up, it caused him to hit too high, and he dinged the player in the head. Obviously not good. Too often you hear stuff like, oh, he's being punished for being tall, or what's he supposed to do? This is the player who committed the hit, who got suspended on the world stage, and he's telling you exactly what he should have done. And maybe it was a good teachable, because in this game, Bowen Byram has an opportunity for a pretty similar looking hit. He comes in, stick down, bang, right on the shoulder, lowers the boom. Perfectly clean hit. But the good news kind of stopped there for a little while. Even though Canada opened up, I think the shots were 7-0, they were 10-10 for a while after that. Devin Levi forced to come up with a massive toe save with less than 10 seconds to go in the second period. And now we head into the third. It's still only 1-0 Canada, Slovakia. But wait, shouldn't Canada be running Slovakia's show? They won 16-2 yesterday! Which brings me to several big problems with this tournament. More specifically, our reaction as Canadians to everything that happens in this tournament, guys. Let me start by saying this. No one No one is saying you can't cheer for your team. No one's saying you can't be proud of your team. You can't want Canada to win every game 10-0, Canada to win gold every single year. I get it. Of course you want your team to win. But I think there's a big difference between pride in your team, in your country, and disrespect for others. And it's just way too often, oh, it's this team. Oh, we should steamroll them. Oh, we're going to walk all over them. Oh, it's going to be like 10-0. Man, you have not been watching enough hockey over the past few years if you think anybody's safe. It's happening more and more often. There are better teams, better countries at this sport, and they are going to upset you and make you look stupid if you don't take them seriously. And Slovakia is 100% one of them. Well, yeah, but they just beat Germany 16-2 with 14 guys. Germany has a full roster. Who knows? Put respect on Team Slovakia's name. Put respect on every opponent you play's name, because if you don't, you might end up getting spanked. Which brings me to another argument that I'm currently having with myself. And I think a lot of you will fit into this boat. Because I'm not gonna lie, I liked watching Canada beat Germany, but by the third period, it became a chore. I'm like, okay, I feel bad. That's it. That's done. And the conversations I was having online were very similar. I'm getting texts from friends. A neighbor yelled across the street, I started to feel bad. And I'm like, me too. The very next night, Canada's playing a different team and they're winning. They're still winning. And it's a disaster. It's a catastrophe. It's an emergency because they are only winning by 1. Now, did Canada look really good throughout the game against Slovakia? I'm gonna say no, actually. Like I said earlier, once their opponent gains the zone, that puck is there for a while. If it gets into the corner, they have difficulty with it. Their passing is atrocious. Now, we can point to some beautiful ones. We'll get to one in a little bit. But Canada, they just don't look crisp. They don't look like a team. They look like a collection of extraordinarily talented individuals. But as a team, they look sloppy and like strangers. But wait a minute. Weren't we just saying they look too dominant over Germany for it to be entertaining? And here's the problem with this year's tournament that I have to remind myself of every couple shifts. This isn't the same. This tournament is absolutely not the same as it is in years past, and we got to adjust our brains and our eyes to that. Like, for example, Team Canada doesn't look very crisp. Well, what could the reasons for that be? They're aloof and they don't care. They're entitled and they thought it was a right to play on Team Canada. Or by this point in the season, they will have usually played 30 games that matter in their respective junior leagues, and this year a lot of them have played none. You ever take Christmas break off school and then return I've never learned this. I've never learned any of this. I've never learned anything ever! Unless a player does something truly, for lack of a better word, dumb. Something truly mystifying. Something completely selfish. I'm watching this fully understanding what I'm watching. It's the World Junior Hockey Championship, which is usually a little bit looser than the pro hockey you watch. And it's a pandemic, and a lot of these guys would not be playing were it not for the bubble. Even the players in this tournament who were playing, they got into a groove, and then they got to come here, and they got to quarantine. They still haven't been playing. I'll wrap up this discussion with this. I started enjoying action movies a lot more when I learned to shut my brain off. Unless you're the kids playing in this tournament or their families, just sit back and chill. Look at the year that was that is now coming to an end. You deserve to chill. Just sit back and watch. This is me telling you to chill. Are you kidding? I'm usually the guy who makes a living by turning myself several different shades of pink, red, and purple and showing you every vein in my neck, and I'm telling you to chill. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes, Canada up 1-0 after 2. Connor McMichael between the legs. Oh, stopped by Halavai, but he almost scored. It reminded me of something from a few years ago, and this is how much things have changed. A little over a decade ago, Kyle Wellwood of the Toronto Maple Leafs tried something like that in a game, and I believe his head coach at the time was Pat Quinn, and he said if he does that again, he's getting benched. He said it jokingly. Now, what it looked like McMichael was going for here, all right, I'm going to go one side to the other, I'm going to spread Halavai out, and I'm going to go 5-hole. Well, Halavai was covering the 5-hole. So the between the legs move, it almost worked because that's what he should have done. What was worse, I thought, later in the game, McMichael looking off Peyton Krebs on a 2-on-1 to take the shot. That's a wide open gimme right there. You got to pass that there, Connor. What else happened? Devin Levi got completely dinged in the mask with a bullet of a shot. 4 minutes to go. The Slovaks are just piling on the Canadian net. I saw the water bottle pop up. I thought that was a goal. Turns out it was just some other randomness, leading to only a few seconds later, the Slovaks try to enter the Canadian zone. Dylan Cousins picked flicks him off. Beautiful pass up to Philip Tomasino. Exact same move from the Germany game. He fakes one way, gets the goalie to drift, shoots short side, and snipes it. 2-0 Canada lead. That should do it, right? You'd think so, but like I said, put respect on your opponent's name. Canada gets into penalty trouble, they're way too sloppy, and Slovakia makes them pay with the extra attacker. A 6-on-4 laser from Chromiak makes it 2-1 with plenty of time left. There were like 80 seconds left. That's an eternity, especially in the third period. But luckily, Jack Quinn with the empty netter, leave no doubt, but his reaction with 30 seconds left says it all. Leave a comment in the comment box down below. I'm genuinely curious what you think. Are you concerned about Canada's performance against Slovakia? Do you think they'll get it back? Do you think it makes perfect sense that they look sloppy after everything that's happened? Or do you think it's a problem? But until next time, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell your friends. Czech Republic shut out Russia. Put respect on your opponent's name. I'm telling you.